Cosmologic here. In life, I think it's very important to learn how to move at your own pace, to master moving at your own pace. It's very important to do that because in life, unfortunately, the world, society, people, cultures will pressure you to move at their pace or its pace. And like sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes there are some circumstances where you gotta move at the pace of something beyond you. Like obviously in a work environment, if there's a set pace that they want everyone to move at, yeah, you gotta move at that pace. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just in your everyday life, achieving your goals, engaging your projects and your hobbies, school, things like that. And I'm gonna give an example. For me, like I have a degree, I have an associate's degree. You can typically get that in 2 years, on average. Most people, average person probably get that in 2 years. Some do, some don't. But for me, I didn't get it in 2 years. I went beyond 2 years. And the reason why is because I didn't go full time. I always went part time. And I have people question me on that, that was going to school the same time as me. I'm like, oh man, why you just going part time? It's going to take you longer. But see, with me, I have self-awareness. I was aware of my strengths and weaknesses. I knew that if I went to school full time and I'm also working and I also have personal things in my life that take up my time, I knew I would overwhelm myself. I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. Everyone's different. We all don't have the same strengths and weaknesses, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, my friend here, they might be going full time because how they're built, they probably like that pressure, full-time schoolwork, full-time job, full-time different aspects of their personal life. Maybe they don't like downtime like I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. So they're playing to their strengths and they're succeeding. And me, I'm playing to my strengths and I'm succeeding. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that person who thrives by putting all that pressure on themselves, maybe they wouldn't thrive if they didn't put that pressure on themselves. Maybe they would get caught up in a state of laziness, you know what I'm saying, or getting too comfortable because they don't have that pressure. Their strengths only come out with pressure. Then there are some people where if they put a lot of pressure on themselves, it pushes them to quit. See, you gotta honestly evaluate yourselves and discover what your strengths are as a person and discover what your weaknesses are as a person. And let me say this. When it comes to weaknesses, you will never eliminate your weaknesses in life. It's about being aware of your weaknesses and it's about controlling your weaknesses. Because if you delude yourself into thinking, I should say, that you're going to eliminate all your weaknesses, all of your insecurities and insensitivities, you're deluding yourself into thinking you're going to be perfection. You're going to be the divine creator of the universe, the most high God. That's not going to happen. You're human. You were born flawed. You're gonna die flawed. Even you live to be 1,000. The thing is to maximize your strengths, discover them, and maximize them, and then discover your weaknesses and control them. Don't let them control you. So in life, no matter what you're doing, you're going to school, you got projects, you got hobbies, whatever you're trying to do in life that you have control over, move at your own pace. That's very important because when you're moving at your own pace, you're moving in a way that works to your success. Because when you move to the pace of other people, when you move to the pace of society, then you're denying your nature. You're trying to be in accord with someone or something else's nature, and that's just not going to work. I'll give you another example. I remember I was telling some coworkers, I have a YouTube channel. It's nothing major. Right now, my YouTube channel is just a therapeutic hobby. It's just something I do, to vent out my ideas and opinions and things about life. But before I started my YouTube channel, I remember I was telling some coworkers, I was like, yeah, man, I might start a YouTube channel just talking about my interests and things I have passion for. But do you know that I didn't start that YouTube channel after I told my coworker that I didn't start the YouTube channel probably until like a year later because I was moving at my own pace. You know what I'm saying? Just because you might say you're going to do something doesn't mean you have to do it immediately. You have to do it when it feels right for you to do it. You know what I'm saying? Move at your own pace and don't compare yourself when you're moving at your own pace. Like I said, everybody's strengths and weaknesses are different. Some people say they're going to do something, they do it immediately because that works for them. Because maybe, like I said, if they don't do it immediately, if they don't put that pressure on themselves, then they won't succeed. So Focus on you. Discover what your strengths are, discover what your weaknesses are, and control your weaknesses, maximize your strengths. And when it comes to things and situations in your life that you have control over, move at your own pace so you can be successful, so you can feel more confident in yourself, and don't give in to the pressure of the world, and don't compare yourself to other people. If you're trying to get to the top of the mountain of success, and I'm gonna leave you with this, if you're trying to get to the top of the mountain of success and you see some people, they move 10 steps every time, boom, they just moved another 10 steps, and you look to another way, and another person's moving 5 steps, and maybe you're only moving 2 steps. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many steps you're moving. It doesn't matter how many steps other people are moving. You're all trying to reach the top. There's enough room for everybody. The thing is the destination, and that you're moving. Because if you're so fixated on how many steps the other people are moving, guess what? You're not moving. You're just standing still, and everybody's moving, regardless of how many steps they're taking. Everybody's moving, reaching the top, except for you, because you're too fixated and you're too caught up in comparison and jealousy and insecurity, worrying about why I ain't moving as many steps as them. No, understand who you are and move at your pace, and then before you know it, you'll be at the top of the mountain. Cosmo Logic out. Peace, prosperity.